What if I told you that Elon Musk, the richest man alive today, is not even close to being the richest person in history? To earn the same amount of money as Elon Musk while making an average salary, you would need to work for 30 million years. That's not an exaggeration. That's roughly halfway between today and the moment the last Tyrannosaurus Rex walked the earth. Every single second that passes while you watch this video, Elon Musk earns about $3,000. In less than 6 minutes, he would make $1 million, enough to buy your dream house and still have money left over. So if this is what wealth looks like today, who was actually the richest person ever? Elon Musk became the first person in history to reach a net worth of $500 billion. His fortune comes from companies like Tesla, SpaceX, X, Neuralink, and The Boring Company. But here's the mistake most people make. They assume that the biggest number automatically means the greatest wealth. It doesn't, because wealth is never absolute. It only exists in relation to the world it lives in. And when you look at history through that lens, everything changes. Let's start with a very different kind of wealth. Pablo Escobar. In just 1 decade, he built one of the most efficient logistics networks the world had ever seen. He turned an illegal product into one of the most profitable businesses on earth. Adjusted for inflation, his personal fortune is estimated at $30 billion. But unlike modern billionaires, Escobar's wealth wasn't tied to companies or stock prices. It was pure cash. So much cash that he spent over $1,000 a week just on rubber bands to hold the money together. He lost nearly $2 billion every year because bills rotted, were eaten by rats, or destroyed by humidity. During one escape, he even burned $2 million just to keep his family warm. No one else in history has ever physically handled that much money. Now compare that to Elon Musk. His wealth isn't sitting in a bank vault. It isn't stacked in warehouses. It exists almost entirely as the estimated value of his companies. That value rises and falls every day based on markets, confidence, and perception, which brings us back to history. At the start of the 20th century, the United States was young, and oil was about to power the entire world. John D. Rockefeller built an empire that controlled nearly 90% of all refined oil in the country. His company, Standard Oil, became so powerful that the government forced it to break apart. Ironically, that made him even richer. Rockefeller kept shares in every new company, and all of them surged in value. By 1913, his fortune represented 2% of the entire U.S. economy. Adjusted for inflation, that's about $631 billion. According to Guinness World Records, Rockefeller was the richest person in recorded history. But wealth isn't only about control. Henry Ford didn't invent the automobile. He invented how to produce it at scale. By creating the assembly line, raising wages, and shortening the workday, he reduced production time from 12 hours to just 90 minutes. Cars became affordable. For the first time, workers could buy what they built. Suburbs appeared. Daily commuting was born. The modern middle class emerged. Ford's wealth reached 1.3% of U.S. GDP, less than Musk, but his impact reshaped everyday life. Andrew Carnegie arrived in America with nothing. No education, no money, no connections. Decades later, he owned the steel industry that built bridges, railroads, and skyscrapers. In 1901, he sold his company in the largest corporate deal of its time. His fortune equaled 1% of U.S. GDP, but instead of dying rich, he gave it away. Libraries, universities, public institutions. He believed that a man who dies rich dies disgraced. Some fortunes didn't rely on markets at all. They controlled entire civilizations. Russian czars owned land, mines, banks, railroads, and armies. The Rothschild family built the first global banking network. Jakob Fugger financed emperors and popes. Mansa Musa controlled so much gold that he caused inflation across entire regions. Augustus Caesar personally controlled around 5% of the global economy. Some could crash economies. Others could fund wars. Some ruled continents. This wasn't just wealth. It was absolute economic power. So who is the richest person in history? It depends on how you measure wealth. Absolute numbers? Elon Musk. Cash alone? Pablo Escobar. Share of an economy? Rockefeller. Family wealth? The Rothschilds. Economic disruption? Mansa Musa. Total control? Augustus Caesar. Daily human impact? Henry Ford. And that reveals the truth. There is no absolute wealth. Every fortune exists only inside its time. Even today, Elon Musk's billions depend on belief. Money fades, power shifts, but context decides everything.